so my friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be doing 20 facts about the Philippines. So I'm finally back to geography videos. So yeah, let's get started. Number 1, the entire landmass of the Philippines is made of islands, making it the second largest archipelago in the world. In fact, the Philippines has approximately 7,500 islands with only 2,000 of them inhabited and nearly 5,000 still unnamed on global maps. Number 2, there are about 175 languages spoken in the Philippines, with some 171 of them considered living, while 4 tribal dialects have no known living speakers. The country's official languages are Filipino, based on Tagalog, and English, with Cebuano and Ilocano also popular in some regions. But when Filipinos interact with tourists and foreigners, it's easy for them to speak English since it's the 5th largest English-speaking nation behind the US, India, Pakistan, and the UK. Number 3, about 11% of the population of the Philippines, more than 11 million people, work overseas. In fact, the Philippines is the top supplier of nurses in the world, with about 25% of all overseas nurses coming from the country. In the United States, Filipinos are the second largest Asian American group behind only Chinese. Number 4, Filipinos are crazy about basketball. You'll see makeshift hoops erected on every street corner, young men commonly wearing NBA jerseys, and local teams playing in every community hall. The professional league, the Philippines Basketball Association, or PBS, is the second oldest in the world after only the NBA. In fact, a good number of players with the U.S. college and the NBA experience come to play in the PBA. Number 5, Filipinos also love boxing with passion, and when their most famous native son, Manny Pacquiao, fights, it's like a national holiday. In fact, Filipinos are so supportive of Pac-Man that every time he has a boxing match, the Philippine National Police report that street crime drops to 0 in Metro Manila, and the same is true in most of the country. Number 6, the Philippines produces and exports more coconuts than any country in the world, shipping off about 19.5 million tons of the fruit called buko every year. Number 7, while most of their Southeast Asian neighbors practice Buddhism, the Philippines is the only Asian nation that's predominantly Christian, with 90% practicing that religion, and about 80% of its population Roman Catholic because of its Spanish colonial influence. Number 8, Filipinos are very social, spending as much time as possible with family and friends, but they also stay in touch days by exchanging a whole lot of text and messages. In fact, it's estimated that Filipinos send up to about 400 million text messages every day, adding up to about 142 billion texts per year, earning them the designation the texting capital of the world. That's more than the total number of daily text messages sent in the US and Europe combined. Number 9, one of the most remarkable geological formations in the world, the Taal volcano consists of an island, Luzon, that contains a lake, Taal Lake, with a small island in the lake, Volcano Island, with a lake on that island, main crater of Taal volcano, with another tiny island, Volcano Island, inside. Wow. Number 10, the Philippines population crossed the 100 million threshold in 2014, ranking as the 12th most populous country in the world. With an annual growth rate of about 2%, it's also one of the fastest growing countries in the world. Number 11, Manila, the capital of the Philippines, ranks as the city with the highest population density in the world and some of the worst traffic congestion. In fact, Manila spans only 24 square miles but has 1,660,714 residents, giving it a population density of 55,446 people per square mile. Metro Manila, comprising several other conjoined cities, stands at more than 12,877,000 people, making it one of the most populated metropolitan areas in the world. Number 12, the Philippines island of Palawan has been named one of the best islands in the world by Condé Nast Traveler, Travel and Leisure, and other publications, thanks to its jaw-dropping natural beauty. Visitors can explore white sand beaches, swim in lagoons, enjoy island hopping in Coron and El Nido, find some of the best scuba diving in the world, and even traverse the underground river in the capital, Puerto Princesa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the second longest underground river in the world. Number 13. The country suffered one of the largest volcanic eruptions in history on June 15, 1991, when Mount Pinatubo erupted only a couple hours from Manila. The blast was so powerful that it shot 10 billion metric tons of magma and 20 million tons of toxic sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere 25 miles high. Mount Pinatubo sent such a big mushroom cloud of ash into the atmosphere that created a haze of sulfuric acid all around the world for 2 years, causing global temperatures to drop by 1 degree Fahrenheit. Tragically, the eruption killed at least 847 people, injured 184, and left more than 1 million people homeless, as well as forcing an American Air Force base to be abandoned and relocated soon after. Number 14. Jeepneys are a unique form of transportation that many people in Manila and other places in the Philippines use every day. In fact, jeepneys were born from the thousands of army jeeps that the U.S. military left after World War II. Resourceful Filipinos extended the cabs to accommodate about 18 passengers for hot, bumpy, and dusty rides through the street. As time went on, drivers adorned the jeepneys in colorful and creative designs to help them stand out, with flashing neon lights, painting of favorite superheroes, basketball stars, cartoon characters, religious saints, and just about every other gaudy decoration you can imagine. So costing about 8 pesos or 20 cents US. About 50,000 jeepneys run daily in Manila alone, billowing thick clouds of black smoke. They don't set routes, so passengers just jump on a jeepney going in their direction. Passenger going forward to the driver and ring a bell when they want to get off. Number 15. Filipinos love their shopping malls. In fact, they serve as community hubs since they're clean, safe, and most importantly, air-conditioned. Aside from their usual stores, they also have countless food venues, gyms, grocery stores, banks, health clinics, nightclubs, parks, concert amphitheaters, and even churches inside their malls. In fact, the Philippines is home to 3 of the 10 largest shopping malls in the world. The Mega Fashion Hall of SM Mega Mall, third largest in the world, and encompassing 5,451,220 square feet. SM City North EDSA, fourth largest, and SM Mall of Asia, 10th largest. Number 16. Even among the countless natural wonders of the Philippines, the island of Camiguin stands is home to the most volcanoes per square mile of any island on Earth. Only about 14 miles long and 8.5 miles wide, Camiguin holds the distinction as the only island on the planet with more volcanoes, 7, than towns, 5. It's now a great tourist destination with white sand beaches and friendly locals. But don't worry, the volcanoes have been dormant since the 1950s. Number 17. The travelers and vacationers flock to the paradise island of Boracay, known for having one of the best beaches in the world with powder-like white sand. Only 3.98 square miles, the island sees about 1.5 million visitors from home and abroad every year, making it the most popular destination in the Philippines. In fact, Boracay is celebrated as the best islands in the world in a Condé Nast Traveler Readers Poll, as well as highlighted in Travel and Plus Leisure magazine, CNN, the New York Times Travel, and others. Number 18. Typhoons wreak havoc in the Philippines nearly every year, and in 2013, it was Super Typhoon Haiyan, called Yolanda locally, that ripped through the archipelago. Haiyan had brought the strongest winds ever recorded at landfall, as well as the strongest 1 minute sustained wind speed of 195 miles per hour. Sadly, it was also the deadliest typhoon in Philippines history, killing at least 6,100 people and displacing millions according to government reports. Although locals estimate the death toll to be closer to 15,000 and 1,000 people are still missing. Coincidentally, I was living on Boracay then when Typhoon Haiyan slammed the Philippines. Number 19. Politeness is an art form in the Philippines. Most foreigners will be referred to as sir and ma'am no matter their age. You'll see younger people refer to the woman and men a little bit older as ates and kuyas, sort of like older sister or brother respectively. Filipinos respect for and cherish their elders, and that shows in many ways in everyday life. For instance, seniors are addressed as po after please, thank you, and other exchanges, with the younger person taking the elder's hand and touching it to their forehead and a charming display of beverage called Mano. Elderly, disabled, and pregnant women even have their own line at banks, restaurants, and taxi queues, allowing them to bypass the crowd. However, their politeness can go a little too far, as you'll rarely hear a Filipino come out with a direct no answer when you ask them a question, a trait that can create many challenging and hilarious situations for the foreigner. Number 20. Filipinos are warm, happy, and have a great sense of humor. In fact, the Philippines is one of the happiest countries in the world, ranking near the top on Gallup's index. Filipinos also have a glorious sense of humor, as joking, lighthearted banter, and even singing makes every day in their presence a true blessing. As some Filipino friends have pointed out, it's an inherent trait that helps them cope with such poverty, hardship, and natural disasters. No matter the reason, life in the Philippines is all about smiling, laughing, and enjoying every moment with those around you. So those are all 20 facts about the Philippines I'm going to be talking about today. Thank you so much for watching, Top-Fam, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications so you make sure to receive every single video and every post. And like I say, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!